press start if you dare.
I booted up the game at midnight, just a demo, just a test. But the screen flickered, turned to static, and whispered, "You're our guest." The loading screen won't let me leave. The pause menu laughs at me. A message types itself in red: "Run or dead!" Glitching walls and twisted code. For every door is locked, I'm cold. At NPCs just stare and grin. At yellow eyes pull me in. My avatar moves on its own through corridors that weren't there before. A voice says, "Look behind you," but I won't anymore. I try to log out, but the button is gone. The HUD clock says 3 AM. The pause screen blinks, you don't pull out, and my own reflection isn't me again. Glitching walls and twisted code. And every door is locked, I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin. Have yellow eyes pull me in.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine. No more lives, no more time.
You press start, and every door is locked, I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin. I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
Greetings everyone, Billy Tucci here, and I am so excited to announce our latest graphic novel, Ran, Revenge of the Warrior. For the first time ever, I'm bringing back the inspiration to my legendary comic book character, She. For over 30 years, she has garnered accolades, nominations, sold millions of comics, and helped launch the bad girl genre. One can never argue with success, as Anna Ishikawa has become a beloved staple to comics fans the world over. But to me, there was always that lingering question: what if? What if I had gone with my initial creation and in her purest and most raw form? That question has now been answered, as Crusade Comics is proud to bring you Ran, Revenge of the Warrior. Set in Tokyo, 1994, Ran commences a one-woman war against a sadistic gang of drug-dealing human traffickers. In other words, it is everything I always wanted to do with She, but never dared. Ran also boasts fantastic variant covers by Leandro Oliveira, Fred Bennis, Dan Lawless, and a hidden mystery comic by the world's greatest living comic book artist, in all its 1990s bad girl glory. Revenge of the Warrior introduces the world to the character who started it all in this 48-page, no-holds-bar, neon-noir samurai macabre that pulls no punches and offers no mercy. So thank you for over 30 wonderful years in comics. This is our 11th campaign, and we appreciate all your faith and your support, and we hope you'll join us on this next adventure. I promise you, you're gonna love Ran, Revenge of the Warrior. Ow! Ooh. Dang it. Check it out.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
And every door is locked, I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin.
Welcome to the Dinosaur Integration Network, or DIN for short. Our organization brings groundbreaking, sustainable breeding programs to a global clientele of demanding site owners. We are taking paleo-curation into exciting new territory. Where previous pioneers exclusively synthesized female dinosaurs, we are also creating males. These animals aren't assets to us, but the beginning of a new evolution. And do keep an eye on the young dinosaurs. They can inherit more than just appearances. Every site must be a perfect balance of security and spectacle. Protecting our guests is crucial, but so is inspiring the next generation. As with any project of this scale, not everything will go according to plan. As the park manager, you'll also need to assess emerging situations and get them under control. It won't be easy, but that's why we're hiring the best. Din is here to make a difference. Now, I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but please...
Caution, gate opening.
This is your first and final warning. Din must not continue.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
It is I who will be Shogun.
Kunimatsu, why?
You'll never understand what it means!
I am Himiko. On my honor as queen, I shall defeat Hiroko.
My timeless friend, I trust you. Nothing will stop me from becoming Shogun.
So long as this dark radiance exists, my fights will continue.
To rule, one must prove their might.
The light of hope lies unseen at the end of time. Go now!
You wish to become Shogun that badly?
Maybe you don't want it enough. What makes a Shogun anyway?
Takachio! Strength and superiority are what make a Shogun, and I have both! Strength alone is not enough to end this war!
I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin.
Welcome to Purgatory. We have demons, titans, and horrors beyond mortal comprehension. And you have friends. So try your coordination against our abominations. Purgatory is our playground, and potentially your graveyard. So be a good team. And we'll enjoy your scream. Do you think you can survive Purgatory? Painkiller unleashes 21st of October.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
Take me where you want. Wow, you're like a fucking dream or something.
You
should run. Do not resist.
It's not often I see someone new in my city. Tell me your story, and we shall see if we are friends or not.
I found that asking the cabinets real nicely make all the difference.
Well, if it isn't my favorite flatfoot. Hey, Philomena, I never can resist a well-packed set of suspension files.
Damn, you're one sexy piece. Need someone to keep you warm tonight?
You've made a powerful enemy today, Sign.
Figures they'd replace me with some schmuck who walks to heal.
Is our work not sublime? Not all Toreador are painted equal.
I'm cold. The NPCs just stare and grin.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
I'm cold. The NPCs just stare and grin.
So, Shroud dupes you into a trap where he destroys the Mecha Man suit and puts you in a coma for months.
I didn't hear a question in there.
Does this mean you're finished?
Can you repair your
Mecha Man!
Up next, is Mecha Man a mecha quitter?
Figured my story would always end in that suit.
time for you to accept that you don't got it anymore. We need you behind that desk to help actual heroes. Now, get your flat ass off my bench.
Looks like the Red Ring was behind this.
No problemo.
Can I get ice down here?
Got it. I need you guys to focus.
Heard the team scuffling with the Red Ring.
We are bound to bother them at some point.
If you poke the hive, you're gonna have to fuck the queen.
That's not how bees work. But if we kill the queen, we rot the hive.
You would do that. Kill Shroud.
I'm flying blind, can't see anything.
Busy, look out! You wanna get people hurt? Get people killed?
A real hero puts their ass on the line.
Come on! Just be careful, kid. The answers are out there if you just listen to the wind.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
locked on cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
My name is Caroline Walker. I came to this town to find help for my little sister, Anna. She does this thing where she draws terrifying images and somehow they become real. But it was all a trap, and now they've taken Anna.
Caroline! Are you there? They have me locked up in this horrible place. Please, help me.
What happened here?
This damn place can bring out the darkness in our hearts. You have no idea how powerful it is.
locked, I'm cold. The NPCs just stare and grin.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
Introducing Angry Video Game Nerd 8-Bit, an all-new video game that'll take you back to the past like never before.
This game sucks, just the way I like it.
Jump and shoot your way through levels full of familiar enemies, power-ups, and discover alternate routes on your way to every boss. Only this time with top-notch live-action cutscenes throughout that make it feel like you're playing an actual episode of the show.
Groovy.
For you collectors out there, expect a physical edition pre-order from Limited Run Games for modern systems. And if you're really old school like me, Limited Run will also have it for the NES.
Let's pop this fucker in.
On a real cartridge, designed and manufactured by Megacat Studios. Coming to all platforms and NES on October 23rd. Oh, and don't forget to wishlist it on Steam.
And every door is locked, I'm cold. The NPCs just stare and grin.
Have you heard? Tales of a legendary side-scrolling action game that once drove arcades into a frenzy? The series that enthralled countless gamers. Its spirit lives on today. Double Dragon Revive! A new story springs into action in the world of the original Double Dragon. Feel the fusion of tradition and evolution in a true modern beat-em-up action experience. This game is set in a desolate world ravaged by nuclear war. Our heroes Billy and Jimmy learn that their childhood friend Marion has been kidnapped by the Shadow Warriors gang. To rescue her, the twin dragons rise once more. An homage to arcade classics, you complete stages to progress in this battle-focused action game. Players can choose from 4 characters. Repeated button presses perform dynamic combos to repel oncoming waves of enemies. You can grab enemies and pummel them, or throw them in your direction of choice. Slam them into groups of enemies, or even send them flying off the stage. Your attacks adapt to different situations. Near a wall, you can unleash a series of strikes. Smashing an opponent you've grabbed into the wall triggers a devastating follow-up. When you're surrounded, unleash a powerful hyper blow to wipe enemies out in one fell swoop. Aerial hyperblows gain different properties depending on your current altitude. You've got a wide arsenal of attacks at your disposal. Find the best option for your current character and situation. Each stage is packed with diverse gimmicks. Use the terrain and objects to outwit your foes. Some gimmicks are formidable enough to take down even the strongest enemies in a single blow. Each stage has unique gimmicks. Make the most of them. Weapon-based actions, a hallmark of the Double Dragon series, make their return. From knives, to tonfas, to hammers packing some serious punch, there's a wide variety of weapons. Some items can even be kicked and launched as projectiles. Whoa! An enemy's charging in, glowing blue. Time your attack just right, and you'll land a perfect counter. This is a critical assault. Landing one stuns the enemy, giving you the upper hand. Watch your foes closely to find an opening. Landing attacks on enemies builds up your Dragon Orb gauge. Use weapon attacks, stage gimmicks, or land a critical assault for bonus gauge boosts. Once it's charged up, you can unleash your finishing blow. Clear out nearby enemies and deal massive damage. One fierce enemy after another stands in the hero's way. It's not just about fighting. Your creativity and reflexes will be put to the test. Try out different strategies to find your own playstyle. Work your way up to a perfect clear. And what's more, no beat-em-up is complete without co-op play. Overcome tough stages together. This game features both online and offline co-op, of course. There's more to play beyond the story mode. Wreak some havoc with a friend. The gold standard that once defined an era is now reborn, revived. Double Dragon Revive. Releases October 23rd, 2025. Available in both physical and digital editions. Pre-orders open now. As a limited pre-order bonus, an exclusive minigame, Double Dragon Dodgeball. Team Solsetskin steps up to the plate in Dodgeball to rescue Marion. Pre-order a game to get a whole extra game? Don't miss this chance.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
locked, I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin.
Radar forces are approaching.
Fleet, prepare to engage.
Radarcraft signatures detected in this sector.
Tira, there's too many. You have to jump us out of here.
That is my decision.
Defense field engaged.
Time to cooperate and stand down. I've got your cooperation right here.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
I didn't have a choice. It could have destroyed the entire world. Whatever you do, it is imperative that you do not hunt the shadows that have dispersed.
That a persona is the power of the soul, also known as your other self.
Tonight, we're infiltrating the campus.
Supposedly, destroying all those creatures will put an end to the dark hour.
Why struggle against the inevitable end? Even in these final moments, you still insist on fighting.
I couldn't handle it if the time we spent together disappeared.
We just want to avoid unnecessary confrontation. I'll make you remember what you did to her. I'm gonna kill you!
Something bad's happening right now. But for some reason, I feel at peace.
I understand what my purpose is now.
You've known since the beginning.
You're kidding, right? Yes, you certainly wouldn't be so stupid.
Are you saying everyone will die?
You did this?
Death is nothing to be afraid of.
It doesn't matter if you're not afraid. It's not the point.
As sad as I am to hear it, I'll respect your decision. Come on, let's go.
locked, I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
It's almost your first day at PowerWash Services, so please settle in for employee training. Please note, if you watch in 2x speed, we will know. Please review the rules of the company in your own time, and feel free to just skim our extended privacy policy. When power washing, you can choose between our Prime Vista, Urban X, or new Swirl Force Surface Cleaner model. It all does basically the same thing, but it gives a false sense of progression, even though you've really achieved nothing. We expect you to keep your home base clean, and feel free to decorate it how you like. Just make sure you're not dragging in filthy stuff off the street, okay? Ulysses and her new kittens, Bubbles and Squeak, can be found in the home base and around on jobs. They don't really do much or contribute to the gameplay, but they perform highly in our market research focus groups. Keep an eye on the office in the back for your memento trophies stacking up, and try and piece together what on earth is going on around Caldera County. We have a feeling you might get wrapped up in some of it. Whenever you're ready, we'll be waiting for you. You'll get your van, power washer, and keys to the home base on October 23rd, 2025.
Locked, I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin. locked, I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin.
Time is a complicated business, and you've managed to bend, if not break it.
My fellow Americans, fate has ordained that the men who went to the moon will rest in peace.
If you're hearing this, it means that you've changed the course of history.
Sianya! Sianya!
Are being lit. Today, you tempted the gods.
If you want to find the secrets of the universe,
Fate begins to show its hand.
There he is!
Sure. This world is no picnic, but it may get a whole lot brighter if you can make it to my apartment in one piece.
And venture back to change the course of history. The lines between the past, present, and future are an illusion.
Remember, it is far easier to start something than it is to finish it.
finish it, Asher.
Holy heck. Well, I wasn't expecting that.
You pressed start, now you're mine. You pressed start, now you're mine.
I'm cold. Big NPCs just stare and grin.
민나가 나全員な下を向いてる感じがな奥ゆかしい思いやるルールがなんだか壊れだな自由なマインドと溢れるソウル危機感を感じ立ち上がるお前らどっかに忘れたかこんなにも夢がなかったか目を開け考えろ昔のことより今を見ろ将来のことなんて気にしたところで始まらねえないものを願っても虚しくなるからやめようぜ脱力で楽しんでダメでもともと動き出せ昨日の自分を超えてみろできると信じてやって